Hey Dirtbags. So I've been asking a few people for suggestions of what might be fun to do in videos, and I've had some interesting ones. I had somebody suggest makeup tutorials, or like, I think maybe what they were talking about was more of a get ready with me because they do know that I'm not good at makeup. And I don't know if they're just really sold on the bit or if they think that I'm gonna put makeup on my puppets, but that would be pretty hard. Someone suggested true crime, and with appreciation and affection that they think that I have like the comedic chops to make Chicago true crime as relayed by my puppets funny but also respectful to the real life people that the stories are about. I don't think I'm that person. However, somebody suggested introducing all the cats, and I think that's pretty doable. Um, Some of them may be trickier than others. I might actually have to take you to a different location. Um, out of the hundreds of bedrooms in the manor, not all of them come to this particular one. I mean, they do sometimes, just not frequently. And I mean, that's really only going to be a problem with the one that really doesn't like to be picked up. But I'm going to try and introduce them to you. I'll see if I can do it in order of age. But I very much set things up in my favor. They are always curious when I start talking. I have set things on my little table. I'm recording, there are lights. So I anticipate that they're just going to come to me. And I will tell you about whoever's first. So Zap is now the oldest cat in the house. Um, to state the extremely obvious, Zap he's a big boy. He's large, but he was actually like maybe the tiniest kitten when we got him. There's a big communal water bowl for the cats and the dogs. And when we first got Zap, he couldn't even reach it to drink out of it without like popping up on his little back legs. Zap kind of had reign of the outdoors when we lived in Tupelo until I got a little more active about making sure that my cats were not decimating the local bird population. Now that he's an indoor boy, he's definitely put on a little weight, but he's also gotten a lot more chill. Zap, hmm. Zap's big on stolen valor. Like if he finds an animal that another cat in the house has killed, like back in the old days, like I said, they don't go out anymore. Like he would run them off and then like get it and walk around with it and growl as if he was the one that killed it. So yeah, now he's just kind of a curmudgeon. He talks really mean to the other cats, but he really doesn't even like chase them or anything anymore. And now he's just popping on a scratch pad back there. So this is Sir Digby Chicken Caesar. Um, he's he's probably my nicest cat overall. Like nice to us, nice to the other cats, and nice to company. He strikes the best balance. And I sincerely and deep in my heart think it's because bobtail cats are just nicer than cats with tails. Isn't that right, little boy? Digby, John found him just in the road with a gash in the side of his neck when he was a very small kitten. And we probably shouldn't have kept him because we already had 3 cats. But I mean, look at him. Why would you not? I also think like he's a gray tabby and he's quite an adult, but like he's got such a little baby face. Let me see if I can actually get it in the camera. Digby, you know, look up. Look at that face. He just looks like such a little cat. Anyway, Digby's very sweet, loves a treat, loves to be in your lap, loves to be in your space in general. And he may stay in this chair for the rest of the video. It's just like I said, he's the sweetie pie. He's the cinnamon roll. He's the Bavarian cream puff. Oh, and he loves to, oh, you can't really see it. He does the monorail thing where he lays on the back of a couch or a chair with like arm on either side. What you wouldn't know about him is that he is just a destroyer of wildlife, and the main reason that the cats had to come in. He was the worst one. So, you know, this very sweet nature definitely hides a deep bloodlust. All right, so Digby's staying for the proceedings, and we'll see if T-Boy will. T-Boy doesn't like to be in this room very much. Maybe it's haunted. So T-Boy, as you can see, he's sort of a Russian blue. He's a lot bigger than he looks because he's bottom heavy. So he looks very like trim and slim up top, but isn't. Digby, come on, man. Digby screwing my bribe bucket here. So the story of T-Boy and Cricket is we already had 4 cats. This was after Digby. Oh, no, we had 5. There was another cat that is no longer with us. And I was walking nosy one day, and then these 2 little kittens ran up to me in the rain like it was the saddest orphan story, and I took pictures of it to document because I didn't think John would believe me. But they ran up to me in the rain, and it was T-Boy and his sister Cricket. And I carried him home, and I tried to rehome them, and then people kept wanting to split them up. And maybe that would have been for the best, but I love them. Now, T-Boy's a little cagey around guests, but he's very, very sweet to family. He's a cat that likes to hug, like he puts a paw on either side of your shoulder. And he and Cricket both really, really, really like to smell breath. Like, T-Boy. T-Boy. He and Cricket also have like these big, very wild gold eyes. T-Boy, can you look up? No? Oh, wait, there we go. Beautiful. Always kind of remind me of Thackeray Binks from Hocus Pocus. I feel like all these cats are going to go scratch on a scratch pad after they're done to like let me know their displeasure. And so now that you've met T-Boy, it's time to meet the other, I almost said eat. It's time to meet the other half of the equation. Psst, psst. Crick, crick. Cricket. I think I can get her to come to me just on her own. Okay. Psst, psst. You wanna come see me? She's usually the one that kind of interrupts the videos, so she's probably pretty stoked to just be invited. Cricket is standard ghost cat. Like, there's people who have lived with me for not merely days at a time who have never laid eyes on this cat. And the ones that do usually see her as she like zips around a corner, but she loves me. Like, I have never had a cat so devoted in my life. You wanna look at the camera, Cricket? She's got, you know, her little asymmetrical patch on her chin, and let me see if I can get her to talk. Cricket, Cricket, Cricket. Usually she'll answer back. She's also very bitey when she's affectionate, so, you know, watch out for the Cricket is what I'm saying. Just like your brother. And just so people know, I'm not kissing my cats on the mouth. I just, it's like whistling and they get a little smell of breath. But again, not kissing my cats on the mouth. I don't do that. So this is Pants. Pants is a ragdoll cat, and she's actually a retired breeder that a friend of mine rehomed. And don't worry, this is not like she's not an abused, like, rescue from a kitten mill situation. She was very well taken care of. She just needed a new home. Cricket's back. And she came with papers and everything, and she has like a super fancy name, like a racehorse or a drag queen. I think it's like the Treasurement of Madeline, but I just call her Fancy Pants. Pants for short. She's really funny. I wish I could get her to talk on here because she's got this raspy voice. She has the beauty of a young Lucille Ball and the voice of like a Lucy Show era Lucille Ball. Look at this face though. Pants. Like, if you've seen a prettier cat, prove it. And for those of you that are thinking it, yes, it does look like Taylor Swift's cat. Once I was high and scrolling Instagram and I saw a picture and was like, how did Taylor Swift get my cat when my cat's with me? But Pants is a little less symmetrical. She's fun because she's a real weirdo. Like if she wants to get in bed with you, she'll just furiously dig out a spot like a dog burying a bone. She also tries to like cover up the water dish, or if like you put a food that she really likes in a bowl, she'll do the whole like, I'm gonna try and keep this a secret. It's like, Pants, you're not covering it up. Everybody's eating out of the same bowl. I really like her. She's so strange. Now I have to figure out how to get Gritty up here. So the best way to carry Gritty is to appease her with a treat. She doesn't like to be held. She doesn't like to be carried. She's pretty feral, honestly. She's a tripod. She was a neighborhood cat, not in my neighborhood, but then she sustained an injury that necessitated the amputation of a leg, and I got her through a rescue that I really like. She's very beautiful. She's hissing at Cricket now. Here, Cricket. Lush ginger fur, beautiful green eyes, little tufts on her ears. Honestly, I kind of don't think that she's a cat. I mean, obviously I think she's a cat, but I don't think that she's maybe a domestic cat. I think she might be something like a palace cat, and now they're going extinct because I got her spayed, but you know, I guess pour one out for the North American devil cat. She's very funny. She loves to play, and like, if she comes and gets in your lap on her own, she is very affectionate. But as you saw, she's not real big on being carried. And because somebody always says, hey, you know, there's a mascot with the same name. Yeah, that's mostly what she's named after. She is Gritty because she's survived a lot, you know. She's a little tripod that was living on the streets. But also she is an orange monster that is completely wild and chaotic. So Gritty it is. That's it, guys. I'm throwing away the wrapper. So those are the cats of Dirtbag Drive. Yes, I'm aware that that is an unwell amount of cats, but honestly, I enjoy all of them so much. They all bring something like really cool and unique to my life. And even though it took a lot of mental illness and poor coping mechanisms to collect this many of them, I'm glad I have them all. The wild thing is that's not even all the pets on Dirtbag Drive. If you have any other suggestions of things that you might like to see in a video, I'd appreciate it if you thought about including the puppets because I'm very uncomfortable without them. However, I'm open to suggestions, as you can see. That being said, do me a solid and leave them in the comments on the video instead of texting me, because the more engagement I get, the more I feel like I'm getting validation for doing this. Thank you to those of you that keep watching, and stay well. Bye, Dirtbags.